All right. So let's get this kicked off. I'm going to start by sharing my aha moment that I took from conference. Probably the single biggest thing that I took away from conference was Denise and Brandon Walsh's speeches at during their Black Diamond talk. I'm a green. A lot of you guys know that, but what I really took away from those talks was Denise's, and it really struck a chord with me because it shows the tangible evidence of connecting the mind with the body. She gave a talk about how if you shut your eyes and you envision yourself on a rooftop, and if you slowly walk to the edge of that rooftop and look down and truly picture that moment and what it looks like to you, and what the whole purpose of that is, it was just creating those realistic and real physical feelings, all stimulated by your mind. And why that's so important is because that sets the tone for what this business is. I've always said in this business that it's about 10% work and about 90% mentality. And I'm sure you guys can all relate to that. You know, whenever you seem like you're in a slump and you can't get anybody to sign up, or you're a little depressed, it seems like nothing ever goes right. But the second you change your mindset and you feel like you're on fire and you're on top of the world, it seems like people just keep coming and asking you about it. And I think that shows the importance of the mentality. And that was one of my aha moments from her, is that she actually shows and could give you a very tangible way to show how your mind can actually create real tangible evidence in a physical form in your body. And I wanted to stress that with you guys because mentality is so important, especially moving forward and keeping your blinders on and focused at moving towards your goal of those go bonuses, go fast bonuses. It's very important to keep your mind right so your business can be in the best possible scenario to succeed. So for me, that was my biggest aha moment there. And one of the tips that I wanted to share was actually part of Brandon Walsh's speech. And that was get back to what you did to get you here in the first place. You know, I think it's very often that we fall into this trap of, okay, this leader is doing this leader is doing this, I need to do that too. When in reality, what got us here is what we're good at. That's what can make us successful. And I think that getting back to that is so important. And Brandon talked about that because, you know, he used the example of going back to his advertisements and Denise working the business the way she did instead of going out like all these new leaders were doing. And I think that's very important to you. So don't necessarily sit here and try to be somebody you're not. Take these tips that the leaders give you, but make sure and make them your own, because I think it's so easy for us to just copy and paste what they're doing, and we lose that engagement and that personability that we have from connecting with those people, because it's just not us. So it's okay to take those tips, but make them your own and stay with what got you here in the first place. And I promise you'll be successful. So I really want you to focus on that moving forward as you go for those bonuses, because you won't regret it, because that's your biggest strengths moving forward. That's just my quick tip with that. We have a bunch of amazing leaders that we're going to get onto here, and we're going to get some aha moments from them as well as some tips from them. So first we're going to send it out to Jessica. Jessica, are you there?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, guys. Okay. So I'll start with my aha moment. It was not necessarily, and my hair's so big, I don't even fit in this screen. It wasn't necessarily something that I didn't know before, but more of kind of an emotional moment for me. So for those of you who've kind of been following my journey, and I actually did a video on this today, you'll know that one of my biggest whys is paying off my parents' debt. That is a goal for us for this year. And my dad worked super hard our whole life, had a great childhood. And basically the company that he worked so hard for his whole life, after he retired, actually went bankrupt, and he and my mom basically lost everything. They took his retirement, pension, insurance, everything. So what the retirement that they had planned for didn't necessarily end up the way that they thought it was going to be. So that's a big goal of mine. So when Mark got on that stage and said, you know, paying off your credit cards, that's good. Paying off your mortgage and your student loans, that's great. Being able to pay off your mom's bills, that's legendary. It just set off this emotion. I mean, I bawled like a baby. But it just gave me such this sense of pride. You know, I knew that I was a part of an amazing company, but to sit there and feel that emotion and know that that's a possibility. Like, how insane is it that we are a part of a company that's a possibility, not to just change our lives, but to have the ability to do something drastic for other people like that. It just reiterated to me, like, I am where I need to be. And it just gave me such a prideful feeling, just knowing that this company encourages that and supports that. It was just an amazing moment for me. So you guys, seriously, and I know we talk about this all the time, but hold your head up high. What you have truly is a gift. Andy's making a shake over there, and he's distracting me. We truly have a gift in our hands. Like, we really, really do. So hold your head up high and talk to the world about it. You guys, get out there and just talk to people. Secondly, so for my tip, and I hear this all the time, is just that patience, knowing not to compare yourself to other leaders, that it's okay to be yourself, but to be consistent and to continue to show that journey. It was actually on Aaron's panel, but Alina Conley was talking about how in 2016, she went back and kind of looked at the data of the customers and the distributors that she signed in 2016. And 90% of those people had been following her for 2 years, guys. That's insane. What would have happened if she would have given up during that 2 years? If she goes through the time where, you're going to go through slumps, everybody does, but what if she would have stopped sharing her journey? What if she would have stopped talking? All those people, and she had said, like, 2016 was a legendary, like, amazing year for her team. All of those people would have gone to somebody else, because they're going to eventually join somebody else, rather as a customer or a distributor. They wouldn't have joined her. They would have gone to somebody else. But it's so important to, even when you feel like nobody's listening, even when you feel like you're talking to the masses and you're like, hello, 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 they are watching. You have to be consistent with showing that journey, because they will come around, and you want them to come to you. You want to be the person on that news feed that is positive and that is consistent every day, because if they have the option of going to Rebecca over here, who, shows up every once in a while and is kind of excited, but kind of not. She's kind of in and out. Or she's going to go to this girl over here who's all day, every day, talking about how much she loves life, is positive, is showing that journey day in and day out. Who do you think she's going to pick? And to know that it's not going to happen every night. So many times distributors join and think that, they start watching the top leaders and start seeing that they're signing all these distributors, they're signing all these loyal customers, and they're thinking, why am I not doing that? What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like she was saying, people that, the customers that she signed in February, she probably has been talking to them since October or November. It doesn't happen overnight. Very rarely do you sign somebody the day you first bring this up to them. So don't compare yourself. And remember that it takes 7 to 21 times of follow-ups with people before they say yes. And that can be even with customers. So that follow-up is the key. And always remember, even when somebody tells you no, people have life-changing events and happen to them every 6 to 9 months. So somebody that told you no to get lost, that this isn't for me, 6 months from now, they may find out they're having a baby, or they may have lost their job, or something drastic may happen to their life, like it happened to my parents, and all of a sudden they're looking for an opportunity. You can be that opportunity as long as you're showing that journey and being consistent and being that person that is a light in their life that they look forward to seeing every day. So follow up, and to know that you are going to be the person they're going to go to, as long as you're the one that is here when they're ready for you.
Awesome. I love that. Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it. All right. Now we're going to send it out to Brittany. Brittany, you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So I have a feeling that this is going to happen quite a bit this evening, but Jess stole my aha moment. And I actually had 2 aha moments, but that was probably the most powerful one, mostly because it struck a chord with me. And I can honestly say it was the first time in the whole conference that literally had me, that lump in my throat, in tears. And I think it's so true. We all probably joined this business for the income, but you find out very quickly that there are so many other reasons that this business can change your life. And so that was crazy for me. But something else that I wanted to talk to, and this is probably going to resonate with some of you, and some of you this will not make sense, but I don't know that everyone knows me. I kind of stay under the radar. I'm very much a leader that keeps my blinders on. I'm very quiet. And the reason why I'm talking about this is I actually had a lot of people come up to me after conference and they were like, wow, you blew me away. I didn't even know you were in the top 100. I never saw that coming. And they're like, we're not saying it in a bad way. We just didn't realize that. And so what I want to say to all of you that are on here and watching is, you do not have to fit in a certain mold to go to the top of this company. You do not have to fit in a certain mold, be this type of person to see success and change lives. Be you, be real, be open. Like me now, I worked out twice today, so this is as good as it's going to get today. And that's what I just want you guys to know. And I guess that was one of my aha moments. And to be honest, I didn't see us getting number 63. And so when I was walking up there on that stage, all it did was it reminded me that, you know what, anyone can do this business. If you stay consistent, you have a very, very sure vision of where you want to go, and you're willing to put in the hard work. So that's probably my other aha moment. Now, as of tips, there was two. One of them is going to sound super cheesy, but for those of you that were not at conference, I want you to hear this, because when I heard it, I was like, man, that sounds good to hear. And I forget who it was, but they were talking, I'm trying to think. It was one of the panels, and they said, when you go to the doctor, or when people go to the doctor and they get a prescription, they don't ask the doctor, well, what's in this medicine? They just take it because they went to a doctor looking for something to treat the symptoms that they have. And so what I want you guys to know is, I think, when I first started this business, I was so worried about, were people going to ask what's in these products, even though it's good things, but I kind of in my mind was creating issues that were not there. Be confident that who cares if you have a couple people ask what's in the wrap. Be confident in what you do. The other thing is, my other tip is, in my business and many other people's business, we see people come and go. We see people want this, the fire is lit, and then very quickly the fire goes out. And the reason why I wanted to speak about this right now is, I know the bonuses are life-changing. And I want each and every one of you to go after them like it is life or death, okay? I want you to hit it hard. I want you to be consistent, 6 list, doing what you're supposed to be doing. But I want to say one thing. If for some reason something does not go as planned, don't you dare give up. Because one thing that is the bomb about this company is, they will come back. They always have fun things. I can't imagine someone not achieving one goal and giving up. And then next thing you know, it is 6 months later, they release something, and then that ends up changing your life. So work hard, stay consistent, make sure you're on your right path, but don't you dare give up, because you are worth it.
Awesome. I love that, Britt. And massive congratulations to you on Top 100. That's
Thanks.
an insane success. And I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys killed it.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, Ashley Case, you there?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
There you are.
What's up? Okay.
Take it away.
I'm going to start out with 2 tips first and then go to my aha moment. So one of the tips was, and some people might have heard this before, and I think I might have heard it before too. I don't know why everything is just like 10 times louder when you're at conference, but we were talking about like keeping your volume, like getting your customers and keeping your customers. And the tip that I found really helpful was to get one of your catalogs and go through like your entire friends list on Facebook and write down who you think, like if you know someone who's pregnant or they just had a baby, you can write all their names next down to the stretch mark cream. And you might come up with 10 names just for stretch mark cream. But you can do that with every single product in the catalog and just write down who you think, would fit best for that. And then you can contact them about that. And you can feel free to put their name on more than one product. That way you already have like their 90-day challenge ready to go for when you do contact them, because sometimes people are like hesitant about, well, I don't know that I would have a few things to, order for 3 months. So I found that really helpful. Just get a catalog, start writing names down next to the actual product. And something that I do already, but they talked about at conference, was like when I have an LC, and I'll just tell them like, hey, if you have any referrals for me, I'll get you a product of your choice for free. And I had an LC who was ordering consistently like hair, skin, and nails all the time. And so she referred me somebody for hair, skin, and nails because she loved it. And I was like, okay, what product do you want for free? And she's like, I want another bottle of hair, skin, and nails. And so that's fine. I shipped her a bottle of hair, skin, and nails. And in return, that got me another loyal customer. So don't think that you guys can't do that. It's a great, amazing way to just like word of mouth is key in this business. And that's exactly what it was. And it got another loyal customer. So those are my 2 tips. My aha moment was like Mark asked everybody, if this business has been a gift for you, to please stand up. And I looked around and I didn't see one person sitting down, not one. And literally like chills came through me, like goosebumps all over my arms, because, you know, for our family, this business has been such a gift. And if you're not there yet, or if you just started, please know that you have your hands on something incredible. I always tell our team this, and I want to tell you guys this too, and it just goes right along with the gift thing is, you know, when people tell me that they're scared to blitz, they're scared to post, or they're scared to tell people about this business, I always say, like, do you think that Alyssa is scared to tell people about this business? No, because she's in the Millionaires Club, and that's the kind of mindset you have to have, like, going into it, because if you want to get there, you have to tell people about it. But someone who makes it in the Millionaires Club, there's no way that they're going to be hesitant telling someone else about the business. And that's just the kind of mindset you have to have. And, you know, like when it comes to bonuses, I'm just going to hit on like what Brittany said really quick was bonuses. I am a strong believer in like everything happens for a reason, and God has a bigger plan than what I have. And in this business, you really have to remember that, because when it comes to bonuses and not giving up, I did not hit, well, first of all, when I started, they didn't even have a Ruby bonus. And then I did not hit the double diamond bonus for myself. So there was no bonuses out when I hit double diamond. And so we lost out on that. And I looked at Jared and I just remember thinking, okay, that happened for a reason. And you know why? It's because Jared went double diamond when the double good bonuses were out. And if I would have hit it when the bonuses were out, it wouldn't have been double good. It was just the regular bonuses. And so we got double the amount when Jared went double diamond. So I was like, I know God was like looking down on us, and I know that He has such a bigger plan in this business than what we can ever imagine. And so just remember that, you know, like God is in control.
Awesome. I love that. And I just want to kind of hit on what you said too there. I know Alyssa always says this, and I think it's always important to reiterate, is be comfortable getting uncomfortable. You know, to truly build your business and do those things to take you to the top, you have to do what it takes. And a lot of times that means getting out of your comfort zone. So awesome. I love those points. Next, we're going to take it out to number 19. Where's she at? Where's Erin at?
Hello. Crazy. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I got you.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to share my aha moment. So for some of you that were at our after party, I shared a little bit on this. But so 2 years ago when I went to my first conference, so 3 conferences ago, I had a lady that came up to me and she stopped me and she grabbed my hand and she was like, just asking me so much about the business. And she said, you know, the Holy Spirit is just drawing me towards you. And I was like, we're coming back from a party. Did you have too many energies or drinks? Like, what is happening? You know, like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. She's like, the next time I see you, I know you're going to be up on that stage. I was like, okay. And so I haven't seen her in 2 years, but she pulled me aside after the event went over, and she was like, I get to see you again. You were on stage. So, you know, it's kind of crazy to think back that I didn't actually envision being up on stage or hosting a panel or doing any of those things, but she saw that before I did. So sometimes it's like these events we ask you to go to, or we ask you to plug into these things because we believe in you so much that you deserve that. Like, we see that vision for you. So borrow our belief. I know Tiffany and Alyssa were saying that, you know, borrow our belief because we believe in you so much. That's why we pour into our teams with trainings and, you know, doing these parties and all that kind of stuff. But it really hit me. And even, you know, like I honestly, it's crazy to think that we were number 19. You know, I wasn't even in top 100 last year. So you look at how much a year can change. Like that is crazy. Like when I was standing back there in the letter group, I'm like, I am by a whole bunch of rock stars. Like, what is going on? Something must be wrong. So, you know, it's just, you know, looking at that, I'm like, that's for our team. And, you know, the one thing when Kyle and I got up there, we were like, you know, the one thing that we want is we want more of our team there. We want to be looking out at the VIP section and seeing more of our team, you know, because it's just such a life-changing experience. And I don't even know, like, I still haven't even processed it all because it's just still so crazy. But I think one of my biggest tips that I loved, kind of along with customer retention with the catalogs, is, you know, you sign up people for 90-day challenges, but you don't show them all the other options of catalogs. Like, so order some catalogs, send them out to your customers, just because they don't even, like, sometimes they only see your post about hair, skin, and nails, and maybe they're like, you know, they would be interested in weight loss or stress relief, but you have never even told them about it. So that was like one of my big things. As well as, you know, on my panel, we got to cover blitzing, and, you know, I really loved Alina's tip on, you know, if you're hosting a big event or you've got something going on, create a hashtag. You know, create something that you can, like, if it's not a lot of It Works people and you know you can connect, because that's just bringing them into your world. And she kept saying that over and over, and I was like, that's such an incredible idea, because you know, you're going to be tagging each other, like, add those people, but create that hashtag so they can start coming into your world and seeing the products. And that's just a whole lot more potential. So conference was just amazing, like always.
Awesome. Yes. And a massive congratulations to you as well. You know, it still blows my mind. I love seeing you guys up there, and your excitement just made me so excited too. That was awesome. So, and I want to also just piggyback on what you said for everyone on there with borrowing our belief, because we truly believe, like Aaron said, we believe that each and every one of you can be up there with us, and we want you there. We're rooting you on every step of the way. So please borrow our belief, because we want you there and we know you can be there. We know you guys have what it takes, and this we truly believe is the best team out there. But you guys are awesome. So next we're going to send it out to Taylor. Are you there, Taylor? Taylor, can you hear me? Taylor? All right. Well, we'll wait on Taylor until we can figure out what's going on there. Kayla, are you on?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Take it away.
Okay. So one of my big aha moments was when Denise Walsh was on stage, and I think Michael talked about her earlier, but it was when she said that it's a scientific fact that your brain, your subconscious, can't differentiate from your conscience. So if you speak something into life as if it were true, like if you say, I am diamond, I earn a $10,000 bonus, your brain can't figure out if that's real or not. So your brain has to figure out a way to make it happen. So if you believe something to your core, like, and you say it every single day, if you put it on your mirror, if you put it on your fridge, if you put it in your car, if you put it on the background of your phone, it says, I'm diamond, or I'm double diamond, I'm triple diamond, whatever it is that you're going for, and you speak that into life every single day, it will happen. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't put in the work, because we still have to put in that work to make it happen. But Michael, like Michael said, 90% of this business is mindset, and I truly believe that. I look back, I had a little stumble this year. I thought, around September I was going to go double diamond, and it didn't happen. And I think where I got off track was that I wasn't believing in myself. I was trying too hard to figure out how it was going to happen, instead of just putting in the work and believing that it was going to happen. So I thought back to when I went diamond, and that month I remember, telling my upline, Erin, I'm going to go diamond this month. It's just going to happen. I'm just going to do it. I didn't think too much about it. I just focused on working my business every day. and relying on God. So I would get up in the morning and I would pray to him, and I would say, Lord, I don't know where these people are going to come from. I don't know where the customers are going to come from. I just pray that you will show me what to do. I pray that you will give me the words to say, the posts to put up. I pray that you will bring the people into my life, and just help me to do the work. And that's when it happened. So I truly believe that this business is totally mindset, belief. Not that you don't have to put in the hard work, because you do, but if you can believe that you are going to get somewhere, it will happen. So something, if you don't hit one of these bonuses, if it doesn't go as planned, don't you dare give up, because this business is worth it. I was just able to come home from my full-time job, and I get to be with my baby every single day now. And I cannot even tell you what it feels like to wake up and know that I'm going to be with him all day long. And I don't have to rush around to get ready for work. And I don't have to, not be with him. So this business is life-changing, but you just have to put in that work and believe that you are worth it, and you can't give up. You have to take quitting off the table. Quitting can't even be an option if you want this business to work. So just know that if you put in the work and you believe that you're going to do it, then you will do it no matter what. So, that's what I've got.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, Claire, before we get to Taylor's on here now. Taylor, can you hear me? Maybe not. She said she's good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. We got it figured out now. All right, take it away.
So is this a recap for conference?
Yeah, just an aha moment from conference and then one tip.
Okay, so conference blew my freaking mind, you guys. Like, literally blew my mind. That was my first conference I've ever been to. But definitely just being in that room full of energy and just seeing and hearing the real stories, seeing the leaders, hearing their stories, it was so inspiring to me. And it really just like pushed me and just like relit my fire. Like, I just wanted to work the whole time. I wanted to work, but my reception was terrible, and like all I wanted to do was work. It really just like ignited my fire. I was so inspired. And my aha moment was when we did that exercise where we closed our eyes, and she talked about visualizing yourself. And it was just crazy how your mind can think one thing when your body is really in this place. And that was the moment for me that I've always known this is a huge mindset, but that just re-showed me that your mind can do so much. And if you have the right mindset, you can absolutely do whatever you want with your life. So my tip for everyone is just to, if you're not doing self-development, start doing self-development, and start and tell yourself that you're going to be successful with this business every single morning when you wake up, and you will be. So that's just my tip for that. Huge.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's take it out to Miss Scottsdale. Can you hear me, Claire?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, guys. So I just have a couple things from conference. Conference was incredible as always, but a couple of things that really stood out to me was when Joel got up on stage at the end and he said the pain of falling short is nothing compared to the pain of stopping short. And that hit me really hard, because I see so many people come into this business and they have so much potential. And I know that they could go so far, but they stop themselves, whether they're doubting themselves, whether they're telling themselves that they can't do it for one reason or another, whether they just didn't give it enough time. And I can't remember who said it, but somebody used, maybe it was Cammie, somebody used the illustration of being 2 feet from gold. And, a lot of times in this business, people want to quit or they want to give up, and they're literally 2 feet away from hitting a gold mine. And you guys, I almost quit right before I went Ruby. I had a really devastating response from a good friend that just really, she was bad-mouthing network marketing, and it really hit me hard. And I went up to Brian and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just done. I think I just can't do this anymore. I was like, you know what, hang in there. And 1 week later, I went Ruby and earned a $500 bonus. And that was the start of everything. And I just think to myself, like, what if I had quit that day? And so just keep going, no matter what, you know, what obstacles you're coming up against, no matter how much you're doubting yourself, just keep going. But my biggest aha moment from conference actually came when I was getting on the plane to go home. I've been reading this book, The Power of Layered Leadership. It's a book that Alyssa told me to read, and you guys all have to read this book. Like, literally, it has blown my mind, especially if you're a diamond and above. You have to read this book. It's so incredible. But I got something, just like a little crazy side note, is my goal was to read this entire book before I even got to conference. I was going to read it on the plane before I got there. And I ended up falling asleep on the plane right there. So I was way behind in the book of where I wanted to be, but it was all about God's timing, because we were at conference and I kept hearing, you know, about your mindset and about imagining where you're going to be, speaking things out, calling things out that are not as though they are, and, you know, all this thing about vision and mindset. I kept hearing that. And then I got on the plane and I open up to this section of the book that says, followers hope to win, leaders expect to win. And right after the bonuses were announced, so many people came up to me and they kept saying, oh, are you going Pres now, Claire? Are you going Pres now? And I'd be like, I hope so, I hope. That's just me. Like, that's how I always am. I'm like, oh, I hope so, I hope so. And then I get in the plane, I read this. And it says, control your destiny or someone else will. When you use the word hope, your mind automatically sets up an escape route. The mind recognizes that success is not definite and that failure is a possibility. This quickly translates into failing is okay because it's an acknowledged possibility. Is it any wonder that failure usually ensues? Oh, you guys, that hit me so hard, because here I was sitting here saying, I hope I'm going to go Pres. I hope I'm going to do it. I hope I'm going to do it. I was giving myself an escape route, because then guess what? If I don't go Pres, oh, it's okay. At least I won't look stupid, because I didn't tell anybody that I was for sure going Pres. I just said I was hoping to, right? And so I remember getting so mad at Alyssa, because halfway through March, she posted on social media that I was going triple diamond that month. And I was so pissed at her, you guys, because I wasn't even charted. And I was like, how dare you put that out there? I'm not charted. She's like, it's okay. I know you're going to do it. And I'm like, well, I don't know that I'm going to do it. And she sat down with me and she said, well, are you going to do it or aren't you? Because if you don't know that you're going to do it, then you're not going to do it. But if you know that you're going to do it, then you're going to do it. And that day I made the decision, no, I know I'm going triple diamond, and I went triple diamond that month. And yeah, so I just wanted to read a couple more lines from here because it was so good. But basically, people never plan to be failures. They simply fail to plan to be successful. If we change our vocabulary from hoping to expecting, our mind is actually there to reward us. The brain says there is no way out. I have to succeed. I must make this happen. Test this concept. Make a statement using the word hope 3 times, then make the same statement using the word expect 3 times. So whatever you guys are going for, whatever your goals are this year with your business, I want you to practice that as soon as we get off the Zoom, or during, since you're all muted. But you can just say, I hope to go presidential diamond. I hope to go presidential diamond. I hope to go presidential diamond. But then switch it and say, I expect to go presidential diamond. I expect to go presidential diamond. And what's funny is I did that in the plane. I literally said it out loud. The person next to me probably thought I was a psycho. And I felt my heart start to race. And the next line of the book said, did you feel your endorphins start to flow? Did you feel your body physically react to that change in just that one word? It is incredible, you guys. I literally felt my heart start racing, and I suddenly felt this reality flood me of, no, I am going presidential diamond. It was the best feeling. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Start expecting that to happen instead of hoping for it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Claire. And again, you can hear it in all of these testimonies that people are having, is how much your mind plays a role in this business. And Claire, I love that example of you and Alyssa from back in March, because that is probably the single best example of your mentality and claiming it and putting that in your head and making it into reality. You know, I like to claim it and call it a conviction leads to fruition. And if that conviction is strong enough in your mind, your body will find a way to make it happen. So just always believe that. I know you live that, and I want everyone else to hear that. Conviction is fruition. It leads to fruition. So always keep that in mind and claim those things and push yourself to find those. Next, we're going to go out to Katie. Katie, you there?
I'm here. What's up, everybody? Okay, so I wanted to share my aha moment. It was from Joel Dunn. He was talking about on stage about how this business, you know, when you first start, it's all about you. And then slowly it turns into being about other people. And so he said, don't think about your business as, I need 3 people this month to fill my steps to success. I need to sign these people to fill my chart. But instead, change your thinking to, there are 3 to 5 people out there every single month that you need to find so they can fulfill God's purpose for their life. And it still even almost makes me cry, because this business, we are changing lives. It's not about you. It's about going out and finding those people, because you can help a mom come home to her baby. You can help a single mom put food on her table. You can help a family be a full-time family. That's what this business does. So just switch your mindset and start thinking about the people that you can help through this business, because it's so freaking amazing to start thinking about it that way. And if you start thinking about it, that if you don't talk to somebody, one day you don't feel like it, if you don't reach out to somebody, you could be missing the biggest opportunity to completely change somebody's life. You could be robbing that person of the most amazing thing that could ever happen to them. So that really I know we say it all the time, but that just really hit me, because this business, it's not about us. It's about other people, and it is about changing lives. So that just really, really hit me. And then Pam was talking about just some tips for wrapping and stuff like that. But she said one thing, which I feel like a lot of times people think they're doing so well at posting, but they're not putting everything together, I guess. She said, posting isn't asking. Hello. I mean, you think you're doing so well posting and advertising, I guess, on social media, but are you actually reaching out to people, and are you actually asking them? That is just, I feel like it's just so simple, but reach out, ask people. You just, putting something in their face every day is not actually asking them. So, and then I am completely copying Claire, because I was going to share this quote from a book that I walked onto a plane and I start reading this book, Chase the Lion, and I started bawling on the plane, because everything you just from conference and then reading this passage in this book, blew my mind. And I've been sharing this with everybody. I shared it with my team yesterday, but I just wanted to share it with you guys real quick. It's short. I feel like it just sums this up pretty well. It's from Chase the Lion. Quit living as if the purpose of life is to arrive safely at death. Run to the roar. Set God-sized goals. Pursue God-given passions. Go after a dream that is destined to fail without divine intervention. Stop pointing out problems. Become part of the solution. Stop repeating the past. Start creating the future. Face your fears. Fight for your dreams. Grab opportunity by the mane and do not let go. Live like today is the first day and the last day of your life. Burn sinful bridges. Blaze new trails. Live for the applause of nail-scarred hands. Don't let what's wrong with you keep you from worshiping what's right with God. Dare to fail. Dare to be different. Quit holding out. Quit holding back. Quit running away. Chase the lion.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Katie. That was awesome. All right, now we're going to kick it out to Kaylee. Kaylee, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You got it.
Perfect. Okay, this has been amazing so far. I feel like I wrote down so many notes from conference that I just have so much that I want to talk about, but I'm going to keep it short. So one of the big tips that I took from conference is about loyal customers. I am a super organized person, but when it comes to this business, I for some reason feel like I just cannot get myself organized. So one of the tips that I heard this weekend, my biggest thing is loyal customers, taking care of your loyal customers. That's what I heard over and over this weekend is take care of your loyal customers. More than likely, your loyal customers turn into distributors. And that hit me hard because I did not take care of my loyal customers. And that's something that I learned at conference is that I need to be better about that. People send thank yous. They send out samples, go out of your way to do the small things to help your loyal customers. And the coolest tip that I heard about staying organized in that sense is a lot of people like write it down and do all of that, but like I always would write one down and then I would like skip a few and not write some down. So like I would lose myself a little bit. So I heard from somebody, I don't remember who it was at the conference, to when you get the email notification that you got a loyal customer, to either flag it or put them in a separate folder. So I made a loyal customer folder in my email. So every time I get a loyal customer or distributor, I'll put the loyal customer in the loyal customer folder, distributor in the distributor folder. That way I have their name, I have their ID number, I have all of that information right in my email, which I access every day anyway. So that was a big tip that I took from conference. Another one is get to events. They told us at conference to go to the calendar and to circle the next event that you are going to go to. I'm sure everyone's been through it. I've been through it. The top leaders have been through it. Everyone goes through lulls in this business where they feel like giving up. They feel like they can't do it. They feel like they're not good enough. These events literally change your entire mindset. Conference is the biggest one that does it, but any event that you go to that you're surrounded by like-minded people and people that want to succeed and that motivate you and encourage you to do better and tell you that you're worth it and that you can do it, that's the type of people that are at these events and the type of people that will get you out of your funk. So get to those events. My last tip before my aha moment is about these bonuses. So the bonuses are amazing and they should motivate you, and you should push every single day to get to these bonuses, but don't lose yourself in trying to get these bonuses. Stay who you are. Don't do anything different. I mean, if what you're doing now is not working, then maybe switch it up, but don't go kill puppies and little birds to try and get these bonuses, because if you go out of your way and change who you are, people will see that and they'll know that you're not in this for them. You're in it for you. And that's, I think, a big part of why people don't get these bonuses, is because their mindset switches when they see that money, that their mind switches from it being about them to it being about you. So I learned this last year when I was going for the diamond bonus, and I wanted it so bad for my family that I built a dead team. I pushed a dead team. So I got my diamond bonus and it was beautiful and perfect. And then 2 months later, I lost my diamond bonus because everyone quit, because no one was in it to begin with. So build a strong team, regardless of if you're going to get these bonuses or not. What should motivate you every single day is that residual income that's going to come from you getting promoted, not necessarily all these bonuses. That residual income is what's going to provide for you every single month, regardless of these bonuses. So do not lose yourself just because you see these dollar signs. Stay to who you are. Sorry, feeling some type of way, apparently. Okay, so my aha moment, other than that, is when I saw the top 100 walk down. I'm going to try not to get emotional. Here I go already. They're so relatable. That was me. That's them. I am that person that's walking down the aisle. You know, you're so relatable to Alyssa. You're so relatable to Aaron, to Tiffany, to all of them, to Brittany. Just to see, like, the people walking down the aisle and knowing some of their backstories, like, that's you. That's, you know, you were there. That is you. You can do that. That can be you. And to see, if you follow me on my personal page, you see that I posted about this the other day. Like I think all of the top 100 were females. And this blew my mind because my husband works really hard. He works long hours daily, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, every other weekend. He misses a lot. And to see the top 100 be females, and they're now the sole breadwinners of their family, and their husbands look at them with so much pride, I want that. And you should want that too. So that was my big aha moment, is just seeing that those people walking down the aisle to get their award for being top 100, that is me. That is you. You can do that. So just know that and believe in yourself. And I think that's all I got.
Thank you. And I love that. I think it's so important for each and every one of you guys to know that you are worthy. Every single one of you guys are worthy to walk down that stage and change your life, and not just your life, but other people's lives and your entire legacy. Please believe that and know deep in your heart that you are capable of that, because each and every one of you are. So thanks so much for sharing that. That was awesome. Kelsey, you there, my girl?
What up, bro?
What's
I'm
up?
emotional now because Kaylee, I'm just like, okay. And Kaylee's not like a crier, so I'm like even worse. Okay. So you guys, I'm so excited to talk to you tonight. Conference is amazing. You guys need to all put it on your dream boards to go next year if you have not attended conference. And the amazing thing to me is like I'm reliving all of these moments when I'm hearing people tell them because they were so amazing, and it's just like all going on around you. So it really takes some time for me to kind of just sit back and comprehend all of it. I'm going to start with my tips though. Erin kind of touched on this, but when Alina Conley was talking, she was talking about like bringing them into your world. And she said for her, a successful blitz was when they added her on social media. Okay. And I think sometimes we like feel like, I guess I never really knew what to expect. Like what was the end goal of the blitz? Like, right. Does that mean a phone number? Does that mean like, what does that mean? And so for me, I don't know why that was so helpful, but it was really helpful to know that like, oh, just getting them to add me on social media, like I'm going to have their contact information from there. I'm going to be able to like develop a relationship with them. We're going to have something in common that we can talk about. And so that was really seemed to just like click in my mind that a successful blitz is when you get them added to you on social media. And plus it's a lot less, you don't feel like as you're like violating their personal space when you just meet somebody and you ask for their phone number. But if you just say, hey girl, do you have Instagram or Facebook? And they'll be like, yeah. And it's way more like they can control the contact versus you having their personal cell phone number. So I love that tip. And then the other tip about Facebook groups I thought was amazing. I don't remember, Elena, I think was her name. She was the one talking about adding people or just adding yourself to groups. And don't go and add yourself to 50,000 groups. We don't need to do that, but really build genuine connections with people in those groups and just be very real. And they should be things that interest you. The same groups that I add to aren't the same groups that Michael's going to be added to, or Aaron or Katie or Kaylee or whoever. Like they're not going to fit in interracial couple groups like me. It's just not going to happen. So I that's one thing is like just be yourself, like everyone's saying, but these tips can be very transferable. And I think like my aha moment is honestly being at conference and knowing during the worship ceremony that like I'm in the right spot. Like it's always so like, yeah, it's good to get to team meetings and it's good to, have meetings with your teams and do Zooms and do these type of things, but physically being there, physically being with my team. Like last year I went as a diamond and I was so new. At that point, I think I was like, I don't know. I didn't feel as much like a leader as I did this year. And this year I really felt like I had a bunch of my team there and it was so fun, but it also made me realize that even more. I knew this, but I feel like it just hit me even more that how bad my team wants it and how bad my team needs this. And it comes so much more personal because you're surrounded by those people every day versus just getting a text or getting a call or whatever that might be, but being physically in their presence and feeling their energy and knowing how bad they want it. For me, that was like an aha moment because I'm like, you know what? Like, screw the times that I say I want to go to bed because I'm tired, because it's not about how tired I am. It's just not. It's not about how much I don't want to send out a couple more messages. It's not about how bad I don't want to wake up early. It's about this being so much bigger than anything that I've ever been a part of. Like I played field hockey in college, so I know what being part of a team feels like. But this is so much bigger because this is not just winning a game. This is winning at life. And one of the things that Steve Harvey says is that if your dreams make sense to everyone around you, they aren't big enough. And so when you go to conference, though, they actually make sense to people. And then you go back to this real world, right? And you don't want them to make sense to everybody, because then you know you're not dreaming big enough. So that's my tip to you guys, is if everybody, if this makes sense, if those dreams that you're telling people about, and everybody's like, oh yeah, girl, you can do that. Like even people who aren't a part of this business, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Like they're not big enough. Dream bigger. If you're just talking about hitting triple diamond, go to press. Stop. Just stop limiting yourself and limiting your potential, because like they said, God has bigger plans than you could ever imagine for yourself.
Awesome. I love that. And I want to just piggyback on your tip that you were saying about the Facebook groups, because one of the really important tips that I think she also shared with that is whenever you add yourself to those groups, don't go in there and just go crazy adding everybody and trying to blitz go crazy in there. One of the best tips that she actually shared that was amazing is that if you find a thread where there's a lot of activity going on there, go and find on that thread somebody that agrees with your stance on any given topic that they're discussing, and then private message them and say, hey, like, I just really wanted to reach out and say, like, I totally agree with your response. I feel the same exact way. It's a good way to kind of engage with those people, so that way you're not just opening up, and you can create that kind of relationship, so that way whenever they may go see your page, or maybe then you bring it up to them, they don't feel like you're just coming to them out of nowhere. You've created some relationship. It's a great way to interact in those groups, but yet get them on a private message, so that way you can have more one-on-one time. I love that tip that she shared, and I think that those Facebook groups and taking advantage of those are a great tool to build your network. Awesome. So thank you, Kelsey. Now we're going to send it out to Krista. Krista, you there?
Hello. Yes, I am here.
Awesome. Take it away.
So, okay. I'm going to start. I have a few aha moments. One of my favorite ones was Brandon's speech at the end. And it's a quote by Bruce Lee. It says, I fear not the man that practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who has practiced the same kick 10,000 times. And I think that is that really struck home for me, because I know me, along with all of probably everyone else, like it's so easy to compare. It's so easy to, well, I want to do exactly what they're doing because obviously what they're doing is working. Personally, I know I get so distracted by other people in a great way because I love what they're doing. I'm like, oh, I want to try this. I want to try that. But really just focusing on like what your strengths are. And that quote really hit home for me because, at conference, one of my aha moments was, holy cannoli, like anyone can do this. Every single one of these people up on stage that have either walked across, held the mic, told why they started, how they got there, how they blitzed, every one of them have a different story and none of them are the same. And all of us come from different walks. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter what you're going through or what you've been through. And, we all are living life every day. And it is so simple to, try to fit into the cookie cutter mold. And, I'm going to do this and this because that's working for this person. And we just get so distracted by what other people are doing and not focusing on what we're so good at, that we're trying so many things. And that quote really hit home for me because we all do have, certain things that we're so good at. So that is like one of my all-time favorite quotes now. And again, how anyone can do this. It doesn't matter, if you just joined yesterday or if you're a Ruby, you can still be in the top 100 at conference next year. It doesn't matter. And that really is, it's just awesome to see, that it doesn't matter what you come from. It doesn't matter, where you've been. You can go wherever you decide that you want to go by having the roadmap to get you there. And, Denise said with her speech to go along with Brandon, she said how she has her bucket list and she has her dream walls and all these things with dates beside them. So claiming it and knowing the dates, like that's huge for me. I'm all about claiming it. And like when she said she had dates, I was like, all right, I'm going home. I'm going to write dates beside every single thing. I don't care if it's one of my goals that's going to get me to my huge dream. I'm going to give myself dates because that is a real, to me, that's a real roadmap. And that was huge. And another thing is Ashley Sinclair said, how many of you agreed that when you were given this gift, the person who introduced you to it works? How many of you would agree that you were truly given a gift by the person who introduced you to It Works? Stand up. And literally, I don't think there was a person sitting. And she said, okay, perfect. then why the heck are we not sharing this with more people? And that is hands down the truth. And I preach that to myself. Like, I wake up, I read that every day. Like, how many people am I going to give this gift to today? Because this is a gift. We've all been given this gift. God's trusting us with this here so that we can be blessed to be the blessing to all these other families, because each one of us are blessed every single day. And we were given that gift. So don't be ashamed of it. You should be like literally busting at the seams, excited to share it with everyone, because this is a gift. And it is incredible of what this will do. I watched what it's done to my sister, what it's done to so many of my best friends, to their families. Like, why are we not like, how could we even sleep? How could we sleep? Because this gift that we've been given is so huge and literally world-changing, life-changing, and legacy worth building, So that was another aha moment. And then again, just stop watching what others are doing, because that's what you want to do. Start duplicating. You just have to do it, and get over yourself and just do it. And I can't remember who said that. They just said, just get over yourself and just do it, because that is the truth. It's so we can sit back and we can watch all these YouTube videos and we can have notes upon notes upon notes upon notes and note cards and all these things. But what good is that doing us sitting behind a computer and we're not getting out there changing lives? So my challenge to you is, you know what, if you have note cards and notebooks, go grab one of them, take one tip and use that tip for the whole day. Put everything else away and put them to work. It's so, I think a lot of times people take so many notes, but we're not putting those to work. We're just collecting them. For why? I don't know. I know I've caught myself doing the same. So don't compare. Just get out there and do something. And Ashley Sinclair, again, that was like one of my favorites, was she said, at some point, you're going to have to build your network. You're in network marketing. And I was like, huh. Yeah, don't compare. The work has to be done. I just want to add this too. So a lot of times, like I said, it's easy to compare. Alyssa Billieu, she worked 2.5 hard years, all day, all night. She was a worldwide lifestyle blogger. So people that are going around trying to compare their Instagram to hers, one, she's got photo skills that she was like born with. Two, like she works really, really hard. She worked really hard before she even heard of It Works. So her like, oh my God, her market, she already formed it. It was already forming, but she was interactive in that. Same with Ashley Sinclair. Ashley Sinclair said that she was a business owner for 8 years. So it wasn't just all of a sudden, here she is, Ambassador Diamond 6 months later. Like, she put in a lot of hard work before, but we don't see all of that stuff. So we really have to sit back and understand, like, we may not know what goes on behind the doors, but a lot of you do, because a lot of our leaders, we're so open because we want you to know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what and we want everyone to know. So take advantage of your leaders. Take advantage of your uplines, because they're there to coach you and guide you, but they can't do the work for you. You have to do the work for your own business like they're doing for their own business. And then a few tips is never stop doing what you're good at. Brandon said that also. Brandon Walsh said that. And then God gave each of us different gifts. So do what gets you results. He was saying, and Brandon was saying in his speech, they were just so focused on what everyone else was doing. It's like they were chasing all these rabbits. And they couldn't, like when you're trying to chase all these rabbits, you can't catch one. So stop chasing all these things and just start focusing on what you're good at. And he said, we stopped doing what was getting us to winning, which was getting them to Black Diamond. So they stopped doing those things because they were trying to do what everyone else was doing. So just remember, God blessed every single one of us with the strength. So use that strength. If you're not sure what it is, then write down like what you enjoy, what do you love, different things about yourself, because that will help you find your strength. And then adding to groups on Facebook, that was another one, a huge tip, and being able to just connect with other people and relate to other people. Like I was Cloth Diaper Mom, so I'm in so many Cloth Diaper Mom groups on Facebook, and I can relate to them that way. Or, so finding groups that you can relate with and people that you can relate to as far as the adding to different groups and stuff, that's been huge for me already since being back from conference. I've added, I don't even know how many friends, and I've made that many more friends just because of the groups. So that's what I've got for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Krista. Love those tips. One of the things that I also want to piggyback on was actually your first aha moment with Denise, when she put those dates out there and she claimed it. But I think what's most important about that too is she saw who she wanted to become and she became that person. She claimed those things. It's exactly like Claire was talking about a little bit ago. In Denise's speech, she was talking about how in 2025 she saw herself as an amazing author, as a TED Talk, and all these promotions and all these accolades to her name. And by the time she kept repeating that to herself, she actually became that person. She felt that successful. And I think that's something that is a great little trial that you guys can do for yourself to sit there and get your mind in the right position, just like Claire was talking about, and switching those verbiages from hope to expect, and doing those things to get yourself truly in a position to propel yourself into that success. So I love putting that time frame on it and actually living in that moment, so that way whenever you're there, you feel it. Awesome. I love that. All right. Last but not least, we're going to send it out to Tiffany. Share us your tip and your aha moment, and you're going to close it down for us.
Okay, sorry. I was feeding Kenzie a minute ago, and I had to I was like, no one's going to know I'm on, and I'm on, I promise. Thank you, Michael. And I'm so excited to be on here, and this Zoom is freaking incredible. I'm over here like, holy crap. I don't even know. I'm baffled. I feel like you guys just blew it out of the park. My biggest aha moment, oh my gosh, and I said it, actually, I'm happy that this was like happening tonight. My biggest aha moment was realizing, and this is going to be crazy that I say this because I preach it all the time, that this business is not about me. And I felt like 2016, I was selfish. And I'm being 100% real with you guys. I'm just opening up as a real person, as me being me, as me being a leader, as me trying to be the best person I can for this business. And why I say I felt like I was selfish was because when we would have a meeting and 500 people wouldn't show up, I felt mad. I felt like, why did we have 500 people before, but now we only have 150? And then I would get frustrated. And then I would think, well, nobody needs my leadership anymore, or nobody needs our leadership anymore, or nobody needs these meetings anymore, or nobody wants these meetings anymore. And I got into this mentality of, I'm just going to work my business and I've got this and whatever. And when I went to conference, and I really am opening my heart to you guys, not because I want you guys to, maybe some of you guys are feeling this way with your own teams. Maybe you're feeling frustrated because your teams maybe aren't showing up. Or maybe you're feeling frustrated because you can't get people to come to your wrap party for your team, or whatever it is. I want you to know that this business isn't about you, and you will, I don't even know. I can't even find the right words. It was such a big aha moment for me when I realized that I need to help more people feel the way that I feel every day when I wake up. And that is just pure happiness and pure joy. And I'm going to try not to cry. But when I started this business, I only started for so much. And then it became so much more. And it's like, when I wake up, I don't have to worry about gas prices. You guys, I don't remember the last time I looked at a gas price. I don't remember the last time when I walked into a grocery store that I looked at how much something costs. And I know that sounds like good and bad at the same time, as I am conscious of my money, but I'm saying before I started It Works, I didn't have that type of money. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We were broke. And, so what I'm saying is I have so much joy and so much happiness every day when I wake up, because I don't have those burdens of bills, of crazy bills. I don't have those burdens of the debt collectors coming in. And what I'm getting at with all of this is that there are so many other people out there who need to feel this way. There are so many other people out there who want to feel that way and who deserve to feel that way. And I want to be a servant to my teams this year. I want to be the person that when somebody walks up on the stage, they look at me and say, she helped me get here. She pushed me to be there. I want to say thank you. I want to be that person for them. I want to be that person for every single person on our team. I want you to be able to look at somebody. I don't care if it's me or whoever signs you up. I don't know who it is. Whoever it is on our team, I want you to look at them, and I want you to be able to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. That's the type of leader that I want to be. I want to be the leader that they say thank you. I don't want to just be selfish. I don't want to just be sitting here doing I'm not even finding the right words because there's just not the words for this, besides the fact that I want to go out there in 2017 and I want to change more lives than I've ever changed. And I want you guys to go out there and change more lives than you ever have. I want you to be servants to your team, and I want you, when they need you to get on a call, to jump on that call. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night. It might be 7 o'clock at night for them because they're on the West Coast. I want you to jump on that call because there might be somebody that needs you, that needs to hear what you have to say. Okay? I want you to get on that late night Zoom. You know, it's a late night Zoom tonight, 10 o'clock here on on Eastern Standard Time. But guess what? Every single one of you, I think there's 130 something people on here tonight. You are on here for a reason. You are on here to change lives. You got on here. Most of you that are on here that I'm seeing, you were already at conference, but you want to hear it again because you want to fill your cup. And I'm so stinking proud of you guys, and I want you guys to go out there, and I want you to serve your teams, and I want you to know that if people don't show up, that's okay, because the people that do show up, which are you guys right here on this video right now, those are the ones that you pour into. So no matter what the situation is, this year, I want you to go in and I want you to serve your teams, and just like I'm going to, and I'm going to be right there standing next to you out in the trenches, you guys, because you know what I realized? I didn't make it. And you know what? 2016, it's not that I thought that I made it, but I got comfortable. I'm letting you know, I got comfortable in 2016. I'm not comfortable anymore. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to stand next to our teams at wrap parties every single week. I'm ready to stand next to them at Zooms. I'm ready to do calls for our teams. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to help other people get here, because the more people that you help, well, in the end, where does it get you? So I'm just so proud of you guys. I don't want to be comfortable this year. I don't want to be selfish. I want to be a servant for all of you. I want you to know that I'm here for you, and that every single leader that's on here is here for you. We all felt the same way. As a matter of fact, when I made the post on our leadership page, everybody commented and was like, I can't believe you feel that way. I feel that way too. And it was awesome. And I was like, it felt good to know that I wasn't alone, and that, you know, we do. Sometimes we get comfortable, and like I said, I'm just opening up and being honest with you, because I want you to understand that us leaders, we go through the same thing you do. We get comfortable sometimes, we get selfish sometimes, but guess what? You go to something like conference, you change your life again, and you realize it's not about you, but it's about everybody else, and God intended you to go out there and serve for Him so He can serve for you. So thank you so much, Michael, for hosting this for us. And thank you so much to all of our leaders and all of our team out there that just got out here and rocked it out, because I'll tell you what, you guys really inspired me tonight, and I love you guys.
Awesome, Tiff. Thank you so much. We love you as well. You're awesome. You motivate us every single day to be better. So thank you for jumping on. To all the leaders that shared all their aha moments and tips with us. I hope you guys took something away from this Zoom, and hope you guys can go out and rock it and earn those go bonuses and go fast bonus. Hope you guys have a great night. That's all.